We got a monster of a makeover at Universal Epic Universe, and we want to tell you all about that experience. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Diz Unlimited Universal Edition. I am Ryno, and joining me for today's discussion is the one and only Dreams Unlimited travel agent, Hannah Anderson. Before we get started, I want to remind everybody that this and everything that we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan the perfect Universal vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip, and you help support the channel and all of the content that we produce here. So check them out, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, for a free, no obligation quote today. It's also brought to you by our Patreon supporters, and we could not do this without you. So if you want to learn more about how you can get exclusive content from different members of the Diz team like Hannah or myself, you can head over to patreon.com/DizUnlimited. Now that I have said all of that, let us dive right in and get going on this discussion. Universal Epic Universe does officially open to the public on May 22nd, 2025, and is still currently in previews. But did you know that anyone can buy a ticket right now? You do not have to be an annual pass holder. Anyone can buy a one-day park ticket to experience this brand new addition to the Universal Orlando Resort. And of course, Dreams Unlimited Travel can help you get involved with that. So if anything we talk about today is interesting to you, you know what to do. Now, Hannah and myself are big fans of the Universal monsters, and as such, when we found out that there was going to be a Darkmoor Monster Makeup Experience inside of the Dark Universe area at Epic Universe, you know we had to do it. And am I glad that we did? Because we have quite a bit to say about it. And if you're wondering why Hannah hasn't said a word yet, well, it's because I'm recording this in little pieces and filling in some of the missing gaps, because we filmed in the park, we filmed in the studio, and then I kind of realized I needed to get all of that information together. And I want to be as thorough as possible about this experience, because one of them is more affordable than the other one. And obviously, we will get into all of that in just a second here, but I want to start this by reading the official description of this experience on the Universal website. At Darkmoor Monster Makeup Experience, Dr. Pretorius's old lab has been converted into a parlor to continue the spirit of his demented experiments. Here, skilled artisans use their talents to experiment on customers and release their inner love of Universal monsters, be they werewolves, vampires, or something even more fashionably monstrous. If you're watching this and picking up on my shirt, it's a little bit of a hint what monster I went with for my makeover. Wolfman. Cough. There are two different experiences,
okay, that's
right?
a good point. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's the experiment ticket, which is the one that Hannah did. So that's a face makeup experience. And the description on the site is basically like an experiment ticket gets you in the hot seat, where skilled monster makers will give your flesh a temporarily monstrous appearance. And do you know the pricing on that one?
$45, all ages, same price.
All ages, same price. Okay.
Yep, and you can use like a pass holder discount on it, which is what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my total with tax and it being $40 and some change.
So I did the transformation ticket, which is a face makeup experience with matching accessories. So the description is: with the transformation ticket, guests aged 5 and up have their faces transformed by skilled monster makeup artists to become their favorite monster. Your transformation is completed with matching accessories. And how much was that one?
That was $169 for adults, and then children ages 5 to 9, it's $109.
Yeah, and the thing is, there was no discount on mine. Because I tried to do the annual pass holder discount, and they were like, no,
interesting.
No, yeah, so that's weird that you got it, and then they were telling me the discount, like all my stuff was already part of the discount. Because technically it is, if you don't get an annual pass holder discount or a team member discount or anything like that, the accessories with the makeup is
a better value.
Right. Yeah. But if you do get the discount, I think it's cheaper to buy it separately, is kind of what I looked at. I'm pulling up. I did take pictures of like all the corresponding clothes and did some of the math on it and stuff. But
I think it depends too on like how much you're really invested into everything that comes with it. Like, let's take for example what you did. Do you want just the hoodie,
right?
Or do you want the hands and the feet? You know, so maybe price it out a la carte the pieces you're most interested in.
I do want to say what came with each monster,
yes.
Because my monster was my sweatshirt. It was the feet and the hands. It did not include the shorts. The paws, you're right, the paws. I feel like I was going to make a Lady Gaga joke about applause.
The pause, the pause.
Put your paws up. So it was surprising to me that he didn't come with the shorts. But like Dracula came with a cape, the medallion, and light up fangs. Frankenstein was the jacket, the shirt, and a bracelet, and then the jelly thing to put the bolts around your neck.
Oh, okay.
And then the bride was like a dress, and then some of those like emo elbow to wrist fingerless gloves.
Yes, yeah.
And the wig, a light up wig.
That wig's cool.
And then it was Creature had an athletic type Creature shirt with like a board short sort of matching.
I think they're swim trunks. They have the lining in them. They have the mesh lining.
Yeah, but they're not lined like underpants lining.
Oh, I see.
They're
what
like
you mean.
the whole short is lined,
I
and that's
see.
why it was very confusing. I was like, "Is
like
this a
both.
suit?" Yeah, I was like, I mean, I guess that's technically what board shorts are.
It's only one way to find
Yeah,
out.
I tried it on. Don't think I didn't.
Did you?
Yeah, I tried it on when I had gone that day by myself because I was going to wear that outfit to the park.
That would have been a great surprise for me.
I didn't like the Creature the bottom because it was long. Like the shorts came down
They
to like
did
below
look
my knees, but
like-
there was no give to them either.
Oh.
And I was like, the last thing I want in an aquatic swimwear is something that is will rip if I try to kick to swim and survive. So that was
They're not cheap either.
Yeah, and his is the shirt, the shirt, the shorts, the hands, and the feet, not the helmet. So you can buy all of these accessories separately.
Yes.
They're not inexpensive. So it's up for you to decide how you want to do it. I will say afterwards when I was like at home and I was like, so I had went into like one of the Super Mario bathrooms and changed before I left the park because I was like, I just won't make it. I'm like dehydrating in rapid time.
And in fairness, there's very few times in Orlando where you would be able to wear that comfortably.
No. Yeah, and that's the thing. The Wolfman one is just, it's very heavy. I did get fun pictures, like I said, so it was worth it to me in that sense, but would I recommend it to somebody else? I don't think so. I would definitely, I think, recommend the makeup itself, I think, though, because you're telling me you paid, it was so 45, I'm thinking I would have paid that. 40 is even better, but they did tell us they'll touch it up throughout the day if you eat or drink or water encounters you.
Yeah.
So you can like swing back in and they'll do touch ups.
Yeah.
But when I was looking at myself in like the mirror when I got home, like in regular clothes and like took a picture and stuff, and I was like, this makeup's pretty good. Like,
yeah.
I did have a lot of it come off when I put on my Mario visor, which was kind of, it looked like that scene in Batman where he like throws the water on the Joker in the museum. But I was like, I kind of want to do this again earlier in the day so I have it on all day.
For more photos.
Yeah, because it was fun and people were really reacting to it in the park, which was fun. So I think like in a Monsters themed shirt, like right now I'm wearing one of those like Roosevelt, the polos, and it's like a Wolfman. And so maybe I'd do it with one of these or the button down or something. But the thing is, I don't remember if we said in the video, you can't consume any alcoholic beverages once the makeup's been done.
Yeah, and that was reiterated to us a couple times, a couple different ways. Yeah. So originally we were told that it's an ID issue. So obviously it's going to be hard to ID somebody if you look like Wolfman. You may not look like yourself in your ID picture. So, I mean, bottom line is whether you can purchase it, consume it, whatever, just don't count on being able to drink with your face makeup. Yeah. And she said something interesting too that we don't know yet because it's not come up yet. I've thought about, I'm like, let's say you had a day at Epic, you did this face makeup and you're like, oh, HHN is tonight, I'm going to go to Horror Nights with this very cool monster makeup. They were kind of like, well, we don't know yet, but they use facial recognition for everything in the park. So I don't know if that would be a possibility.
It says on the website in the question and answer section that you should speak to a team member before you leave the park and they'll adjust your ID.
Oh.
So it will then be your picture on your annual pass or your ticket.
Which is funny because then the next time you go into the park now as a monster,
you
then
have to readjust it again.
They're like, whoa, you look different.
Well, I don't know if it happened to you, but going in the park that day and the other day I did it, I didn't have to take literally you go through the security line, grab your bag, walk up, and the thing is already like, it's like stand right there, take your picture. You don't give them anything.
Not ticket,
and it just knew
nothing.
who I was and let me in. It was like, come on in, Ryan. And I was like, what?
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that because that happened. I was like, wow, the future is now. Like I had my ticket ready and was like,
yeah.
Here's my ticket.
And they're like, put it away. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Your money is no good here.
Yeah. Scram, loser.
Would you do the makeup experience again?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like, I mean, first of all, it just feels like an experience. Like, I love the setting in there. It was like, they like definitely took their time with it. And to your point, once I got home and like saw it in like my normal bathroom lighting, I was like, this is very detailed. There was like shading and the stitches I had on my makeup had like definition to them. I kind of love it. Hell yeah, I love it. I look really good.
It's the black lipstick for me.
Maybe I just found my new color. It's green and black. I really love it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're definitely an autumn.
I'm definitely, I think I am. In a monster. Okay, I love it. I was very impressed with it. Plus, like, I got so much enjoyment out of just like seeing each other.
All right, so I do this really quickly. You're all done.
Are you gonna give me the spin?
All right.
I feel like she said it was like Princess Diaries, and I was like, beautiful.
Ta-da!
My lip right here is so good.
Yeah, it's like a dog lip.
Hold on, let me put my
The hood, yeah. Excellent. All right.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's so good.
I love it so much. Look at your nose.
Cute little nose.
What if somebody was like, "Oh, where'd you get that done?" And I'll be like, "What?
What do you mean?
What are you talking
You need
about?"
to mess with kids.
Yeah.
And it was like the funniest when like you would say something really serious or like your face looked like permanently grumpy.
I was even like trying to take a picture of me smiling later that night, like with the stuff on, and it was just like I thought this part of my mouth, like the lip, was so well done because I had a little puffy mouth, and so it made me smile every time I saw it. But then the top part of my face was like
very grumpy.
And I'm like, so
menacing.
It's
pretty funny.
And I was, so when I had changed coming out of the Nintendo bathroom, everybody was coming around the corners too fast, and a woman ran, like literally collided with me with that makeup on. She was like, oh, like, and I was just like, okay, that's funny.
I don't know if I told you, I scared someone in the bathroom too when I was like coming out of the stall, and they were like right here, and they're like, I know my beauty can be startling sometimes.
Well, listen, it's electrifying. Oh no, that's Grease.
Attention villagers! We have 2 monsters! You better beware!
Monsters!
Where?
Never been more confident, never felt more beautiful. You know, it was really cool too. When we were leaving, the next guest coming in was a little girl, like I would say maybe 6, who wanted to be a vampire. And the mom was like, oh, she loves vampires and she just wants to become a vampire. And I'm like, that's really cool. Like, so I think about like, you know, like they called yours the wolf pack. I'm like, what if you had your own little wolf pack? I'll get in the makeover. Yeah. Like that would be a lot. Cool memories could be made with
I think
that.
my theme, but because there was a survey I think we can like fill out. I think my like feedback is going to be I wish there was a warmer weather version of this where because in the attraction, the Wolfman is wearing like a button down, and his sleeves are rolled up or ripped off, maybe. Yeah. But he's wearing basically like a white button down shirt that he had a vest on, and it's the rest of it's ripped up. So I was kind of like, I wish there was like maybe just a T-shirt of that or something.
Yeah,
I do think.
Or like a hat option instead of the hoodie, or they have those little
the
ears.
Plastic one, yeah.
Or the plastic one, yeah.
Because I love that. I mean, I bought it. It's if you can see it, if you're watching this, it's right in the top part of the thing up there. And that's like one of those where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to use that. I've used it again. I've worn it in the park again. Yeah. And I don't know. It's fun. It was just like. And I love the idea of it, but it doesn't feel like in terms of the transformation ticket specifically, I feel like there's just a little bit to be worked out costume-wise for that. Basically, I think the bride is probably easy enough because hers is a dress,
Yeah, it's a sleeveless dress.
Yeah.
Right. And that part, but you still have to wear a wig.
That's true.
It's like
it was a big
walking
it's a big
around
wig.
a theme park with your big, and
I was thinking where I was like, well, Dracula, I guess you're just doing the cape because you're not, there's no
you have
shirt.
to swish
with
it around
his,
a lot
but
to get some airflow.
I still think the cape would be pretty cool.
Capes.
But I got to do the monster I wanted. I don't regret it, and it is very expensive. But like I said, it's one of those where I probably should have just bought the tickets piecemeal or the items separately because I did end up buying those shorts separately. They were not included, so I bought them just for the photos. So I paid that extra money again to be like, can I try these on when I get these? Because I did want. In the end, I was like, I want the full photo. Yeah,
you want a full commit.
Yeah.
One thing I thought about is like, even to your point, the creature costume, the boots that come with it are kind of similar to the Wolfman one. Like they're kind of like slipper boots.
Yeah.
So even though the creature costume itself, like the shirt and the shorts, is like breathable and less hot, I'm like, you still get these shoes that are like, and the bottom of them are like slippers. I'm like, you really can't. Other than taking a couple photos, you really can't wear them around the park.
It's almost like they should have been like spats.
Yeah.
It's the strap that goes under your shoe.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Or maybe and I did struggle with the Wolfman claws, getting my fingers into them because the holes for the fingers is really tight. So I had to do this thing where I like karate chopped it every time.
I don't know how you did it. I tried to put my hands on there. I was like, I really almost can't do this. But I don't know. I guess there may be like you get your one photo, you take it home, you wear it for Halloween.
Yeah. Well, and that was, I think ultimately in the end, I was like, well, this is my Halloween costume, so it's fine. But I will say, I kind of hope that maybe if we're like wishing for things, I think what would have maybe put this over the top for me is that if a team member, even if it was just with your phone, came out and they were like, here's an area we like to go and take people's picture when they're done.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of the thing where I was like, once you have the hands and the makeup on, and if the other person in your group has the hands and makeup on, you can't really take a picture on your phone or anything again. So like you need another person.
Right.
And I'm sure when we were in the makeup thing, one of them could have done it. But I'm
thinking more of like a little, a nook, almost like a little, like I'm almost thinking almost kind of like a bippity boppity boutique setup where like you've got like a photographer there, and that could be an upcharge. They could sell you on the photo.
Paid it. Yeah.
Right, but they could have some sort of like setup where you're like inside controlled environment. Okay, the next step is taking a photo. And if you had a friend there, then they could take a cell phone picture or whatever, or you could buy the professional photo.
I would have, and honestly, and maybe this is a thing that's even separate from the makeup experience like you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even so that you could come, like, let's say you and I just want to go in spooky monster outfits someday, like you've got a creature shirt on right now, I've got my Wolfman shirt on. What if there's a 30-minute package where you could just buy, and it's $100 and they just go around and they take pictures with you throughout Darkmoor.
Oh man, that would sell.
Because they used to do that on Disney did that on like Star Cruiser.
Yeah.
I think
Disney
they've done it on the cruise line and stuff.
You can buy, Disney does, you can go certain locations in the park. It's like 30 minutes and it's like $100. And you can say, okay, I want to do Main Street USA. And it's just a PhotoPass photographer, but it's just you and them. And you can like walk around and take pictures. And I've done it before. It's good.
So I think there's like a thing in here. Because I'm like, put it with the makeup, do it as an upcharge. I mean, yes, I would love I do think you should get a photo with it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right, especially the full transformation ticket, like
that one specifically. The other one is
as much as a day
fine.
ticket to the park.
It was more than the ticket. My ticket that day was like $125 plus tax because it was pass holder. Yeah,
right. So, and I know you're getting if you to your point, if you price out all those pieces separately, you're getting the full value. But at the end of the day, you're spending $180. On a premium experience.
Well, and the other part of that is I feel like the Wolfman slippers and the gloves were they're priced what I would find them at any store. They were $25 and $29. It was the sweatshirt that was $79.
Of course,
and Dracula's cape was like $84, you
Right.
know, and like some of that stuff I feel like is priced higher because it's part of this, and they're kind of like, we've got to find the ground. So I feel like the pricing is just like a little.
It's a little high.
It's a little high,
Yeah.
especially for something that literally there is no way
right.
you can keep that on the entire time you're in the park.
Yeah.
You will die.
Yeah,
Like,
no, there's
no question.
I mean,
there will be heat stroke.
I literally, unless you came on like the one coldest day of the year, I don't think there's a way you could get away with that.
Like a winter's day, I'll probably wear that hoodie again. Back.
Right,
there.
but also like you wouldn't be able to wear those boots with it too, like
no.
the slippers.
Well, I don't
like,
even.
I mean,
there's the part.
they're not
where
real
I'm like,
shoes.
Would they even let me in the park wearing them?
There's only one way to find out.
I'm like, I don't know. But I was thinking when we do our Helios Grand, that might be my like pajama. I might do like a little Wolfman pajama set. Or something like that.
Yeah, there you go.
I do feel like this is the moment where I was like, oh, it's the one time where I finally like they sell Wolfman ears, like
Yeah,
fuzzy ears.
I like those.
And
Those are cute.
originally, when I asked, and they didn't have all this together, they told me it included the ears and the shorts, and I was like, it can include the ears too. There's ears on the hood.
Yeah.
And so that's where I was like,
plus you do if you add up all of those a la carte, you're like, okay, that's like
it was like
too good of a
205,
deal.
and I was like, oh, this is a
Yeah.
deal. I'm doing it.
Theme parks are smart. They're like,
and I don't
they
know.
got that math figured out.
I don't know if it changed or not, but
Maybe.
I mean, again, I am very happy I did it. I'm
Yes.
very happy that we were able to report on that experience.
I would do it again.
I would
absolutely.
do that. I was
absolutely would do it again.
I was literally talking to you earlier and was like, I think I want to do it on opening
Do it
day.
again.
Yeah,
That would be pretty cool.
I want to have a day where I get to wear it all day. Because after seeing it, I was like, oh man, I
yeah, we
wish
didn't
I
get
had
to
this
enjoy
on.
it
Yeah.
enough, I feel like. So I do have a question for you. How hard was it to take it off?
So
I was curious what your
I
experience was.
started with like a baby wipe, and it wasn't really coming off. Like it was a little rough, and so I used like a facial cleanser that I had, and so I did like. The first thing I did, it was like a warm towel, and I held it on my face, and then I did the facial cleanser, and then they did give us a couple of makeup
Yes.
remover things, and that one they did give us got a lot of it, like when I thought I'd gotten it all off, I used it again, and it was kind of brown, and I was like, I guess I didn't get it all off.
Oh, yeah.
And so it did take like 3 or 4 washes.
We should have done like an ASMR of us taking off the makeup, like
Yeah.
click, click, click. Yeah, open the.
Well, I thought about it because I was like lathering so much. I was like, oh, okay.
So for me, I started with, they give you 2 makeup removing wipes. So I started with those, and it wasn't hard to get off. Like it wasn't like I was having to scrub, but it was just, I mean, there's just like a lot of it. And so I used their 2 and then 4 more of my makeup removing wipes. But then I was completely like, it was all gone. And I had like my normal base makeup on too, and it took all that off. So it wasn't like which was nice. I didn't feel like my skin was irritated afterwards or like I had to scrub or anything. But like I think if you're coming on vacation, I think you could easily get it off with the 2 wipes and then just washing your face.
And I do want,
probably.
on that note too, because obviously Florida is very hot, very humid. I will say, with everything on me and how much I was sweating, the makeup held up really well.
Yeah.
Like it was very clear I still had it on. It was when I went to Mario, and Mario has a visor you wear, but you have to like clip it tight to your head. And when I had done that and pulled it off, like it had taken a strip off, it didn't like clear it. It just, but it had been like,
I know, it's like,
it's
y'all
very
have to clean
clearly
these
I
extra.
had something here.
Yeah.
But like my widow's peak they gave me was still there.
Oh, okay.
So like it was just the white part of the makeup.
Yeah.
Some of that had coming off. So that would have been so I want to say I was ultimately impressed with how well it stood up to sweat and the humidity and stuff. I thought that was good.
The only thing I would say is
It will come off if you touch it though. Like when I touched
which is hard not to
was,
do if you're like sweating.
Yeah.
So I'm just clumsy, and I took a sip of water, like splashed all over my face, and some of it did come off when that happened. So I kind of thought, I was like, ugh, I think like humidity, sweat, whatever, as long as you don't mess with it, it's okay. But like, let's say if it like started
starts raining,
there's no water. Well, the fire drill ride at Ellenberg, I
would
don't
not
think,
do that.
I mean, I think that goes without saying, but no, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Okay, so how long it lasted.
Yeah.
How much it was. Like, did we cover it all? Was it worth it? Would we do it again?
Yeah.
I think that that's all there is to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, the costumes, like you said, you can buy that a la carte without doing the experience.
Yeah.
You can buy those in multiple gift shops.
Yeah, they have them. If you're like ready to go and have a monster day, like right at the beginning of the day, they have them right in that main gift shop when you first come in. I can never remember the name of it, even though I've taken a million pictures of the sign. And I'm like, I know it's in here right now, but
the Epic Universe Emporium.
Yeah, that's what I always call it. I thought it had Emporium in the title, but I could be.
Yeah,
I could be crazy. You know what?
It's on the left when you walk in.
I wish we had gotten to meet Igor with it on.
Oh my gosh, that would have been insane. I was so happy to meet Igor.
She hasn't stopped talking about you since we got here this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
You part bad?
Maybe this is how I found out.
Do you take them?
Just sometimes.
You make Igor blush.
What's in your bag? What's in your bag?
Working on today.
A lady never reveals her secrets. How dare you?
Yeah, exactly.
Hello. Oh,
Or the Bride and Frankenstein. I feel like that could have been cool too. But I think that's part of it is that
Well, Invisible Man was out there, but I was like, I don't want to meet him with the monster makeup.
he's sassy. He would have been like, you look terrible, you know.
I don't think I could have emotionally handled it.
No, I know. That's true. But I will say, like, just speaking to like the experience of the monster makeup and being in Darkmoor, it is an immersive world with all these different characters that interact with you, and you do feel like you're kind of part of the story. So I feel like it does add this element to being there and experiencing Dark Universe specifically. But then also I got so cracked up by us being in Super Nintendo with this makeup.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. And I don't think the word is out yet. Maybe it will be now. So there's not a lot of people doing it. So like people were startled. Like
Yeah.
people were breaking their necks to look at us. And that was funny. I enjoyed that.
Well, that was we did get a picture in Nintendo, but all I can think about is like us on the carousel.
Oh yeah.
Full monster makeup.
Just
you know
like-
what I mean? Like
Just
hanging out.
Yeah.
And like
no smiles, no.
I want that video of that being like, oh, here you are in the Wizarding World. Here you are in How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Yeah, I was saying we should have taken like postcard photos, like as if we were monsters on vacation.
Yeah.
You know, like it was, yeah. So no, I thought it was pretty great. So I would do it again. The team members were fantastic. Like they like really took their time and like answered questions. And
it was a very fun and friendly experience.
yeah, I would agree. Like, and it felt like, I don't know. I don't want to say it felt like they cared, but it was like it felt like they really
they were
loved
excited
what they
for us to
did.
do it, yeah.
So that was cool. Like, and I didn't feel rushed through it, which is
No.
nice when you're doing
Because they were
an
like,
add-on experience.
they said it would be 20 minutes, but it didn't. Like they were done when they were done. It didn't feel like they rushed. Like
No.
you said, it didn't feel like they gave me more than enough time to like put on, because they'll have you get dressed in the clothes before they do the makeup. And
There's
so
a dressing room in there.
Just tell them that you want to try it on before, or throw it on, whatever you can put on over you, put it on before you do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a dressing room, and they can't say enough nice things about all the team members that were working. over there, for sure.
One thing we did find out is that they do accept tips. So either cash or they'll give you a card at the end that's like a thank you survey and a link to give them a tip for it, gratuity, which makes sense. I mean, you think about like you would give a gratuity at your hair salon or nail salon or things like that. So, so I just keep that in mind that gratuity is recommended.
And they were worth it. Like
Yeah.
it's one of those where you're like, I got good service, so
Yes, absolutely.
I want to tip
Yeah.
on the good service. But
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. Here's the parting tip. I think thinking about what you've said about like monsters on vacation is I would whatever time of day you're doing it, I would scout your photo spots that you want to take those fun photos in, maybe before you get it done, so that you, as soon as you're done, go and do them while the makeup's all nice and fresh,
Right.
and you're not as sweaty or tired or whatever, and like give yourself that time to go do the photo shoot right after.
Yeah, I agree.
And
Because you're
I think
getting
it'll be
best
fun.
bang for your buck.
Yeah,
getting your
for sure.
value of it.
Well, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for doing it with me, Hannah.
I'd like to do it again.
Yeah, cut to us doing it again because
Yeah, right?
I'm definitely going to do it again. We have two. I mean, I know we're going opening day,
Yeah.
and then you and I have another park ticket
We
after that,
do.
and I'm like, maybe we should do it that day and
I
do
know.
the Monsters on Vacation day or something.
That'd be
That's the whole
pretty-
theme.
yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, lots of fun stuff. If you have any questions about this Darkmoor Monster Makeup Experience, please leave those in the comments of this video, or if I ended up uploading this into the audio podcast feed, please send us an email, podcast@disunlimited.com. And again, if there's other content that you've heard about or want to see or anything like that at Universal Epic Universe or Universal Orlando Resort in general, please let us know, because we definitely want to cater this content to help you plan a better Universal vacation. And you know who can do that the best? The agents, Dreams Unlimited travel agents.
And we can book this for you too. So if you're interested in this being part of your Epic Universe day or your Universal vacation package, this is an add-on experience that your travel agent can help book for you. Just keep in mind, you'll want to have an idea of what time of day you want to do it, because it is a specific time slot.
But during previews, we were able to walk up. So if you're going during a preview, just go and check in. But after May 22nd and after, it is going to be like an appointment. I mean, you know, if you didn't make the appointment ahead of time,
and you
can still
prepay
check,
as well. I will say that.
Yes.
So you are going to prepay for the experience.
Yes. So, I mean, check it out. Don't be afraid to ask questions when you're in there in the park too. Like we said, those team members were really great. But I think that's going to do it for us. And thank you everybody for joining us on this monster journey. And we'll see you later with some more Epic Universe content and more Universal Orlando Resort stuff. So, bye everybody.
Bye.